So
Okay.
and the last one here. All right, so here is your piecewise function. What can we do to graph this? What would be the best way to graph this that we did the other day?
To graph that, you have to be able to be taking one of them, and then you have to use that to find to evaluate.
Say that one more time.
You have to be able to take one of them and then be using them for evaluation. You have to evaluate them.
Okay. So we're gonna make a table here for each.
Okay.
For the first one, what are the two x values that you should try?
The two x values there. Okay. The two x values there. A negative 4x plus. I got it. We have to put them in order, right?
We're using the first piece. The first piece is the top piece.
Negative 2 square root x negative x plus 3.
Yeah, but what are the two x values that go in there?
What?
What are the two x values from the domain over here?
Negative 6 and negative 1.
Okay, so those are the two x values that you're going to put into that top piece.
Okay. All right. And now we should be able to find the y.
Yep. So what are the y values?
The y values are 3 and negative 2.
Ah, how are you coming up with those answers? Are you putting these x values into the square root function in the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend
You would recommend I would you
putting
okay.
putting those x values in there.
Negative 6 and negative 1. Negative 6 and negative 1.
Yeah, you've got to put those into this top piece.
Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. So what you do is negative 6 times negative. That's a 9. I mean, no, not a 9. 10.
That's not correct. I'll show you an example for this. Let's
Yeah.
say that f of x is -2 minus the square root of x. Sorry, let me write
Yeah.
this. Let me
Mm-hmm.
write this. -2 square root of minus x plus 3. Let's say I wanted you to find f of -13. This is -2 square root -13 plus 3. What do you do with this double negative, Sourish? What happens to the double negative?
What happens to the double negative? For the double negative, it's gonna be a positive.
Okay, so it's 13 plus 3. What is 13 plus 3?
13 plus 3 is gonna be 16.
Okay, what is the square root of 16?
4.
Okay, what is negative 2 times 4?
Negative 2 times 4. Negative 2 times 4 is going to be negative 8.
Okay, did you try any of this when you were substituting in your numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, you need a moment to get this down in your notes?
Yeah. Okay. I'll put them in my graph paper.
Okay.
Okay, got it down.
Okay. All right, now let's go back to your problem. What number are you going to put into the first piece?
Number I'm going to put in my first piece is going to be. Oh, so you're pointing at negative 6. So yeah.
Okay, so put negative 6 in there.
Okay, negative 6 plus 3. Mm-hmm. That's a 3.
It is not 3.
Negative 3.
I'm sorry, like I just did an example. If you wrote this down and you followed all this all the way through, you will get the
I
right
have it in my
answer.
note. Like, I'll show it to you.
Okay, then try to follow it. I mean, the only difference is that instead of negative 13, you're putting in negative 6.
Okay. Okay. So now it's a negative 13. So for a negative 13.
We don't want negative 13. We're doing it for negative 6. In your problem, it's
Mhm.
negative 6.
Yeah. Okay. So for negative 2, yeah. Ah, that's a 6.
What is 6?
What I did is that I did negative 2 negative and negative 6, and which I put it for 6 plus 3, and then equals negative 2 times 6 plus 3, and then that's going to be a 9, and then for that you put a square root of 9, and that's a 3. Negative 2 times 3 is a negative 6.
It's negative 6. Good. That'd be the
Hmm.
same thing for negative 1.
Okay. -4.
It is -4. Good. Now, is it an open or a closed circle at each of these points?
For those that's going to be the my notes. I'm checking my notes.
Okay, that would be good.
Mhm. For -6 and -6, that's going to be that right there is going to be a closed circle, and for -1 and -4, that's going to be a open circle.
Great, very good. Now let's do the same thing
Let me put
for,
that. Can do I have to put that down in my notes?
I thought you were writing this down as we go. Yeah, you should get this down in your notes.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Got it down.
All right, now we're going to do the middle piece. What two x values should we try in the middle piece?
Should we try in the middle piece? We can be able to try out, and we can be able to try out -4x plus 1 and -1 less than or equal to times less than 2.
So what two x values should we try?
2 and -1.
Yep, -1 and then 2. All right, go ahead and put those into that equation and let me know what you come up with.
Okay. Matthew,
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
okay, sounds good.
Mhm. I'll leave the door open. Okay, I'm back.
Right. Go ahead and put these two x values into that middle piece.
Yep. Okay, that's a -3 for 2.
No. Could you use the middle piece?
Yeah, I use it.
Okay. What is the for -1? What is your answer?
That's a -3.
It is not -3.
Wait, what? That's a 3.
All right, so I'm gonna grab that middle piece again. F
I,
of
I,
x.
well, this is different than the one that we did for example.
So let's say you wanted to find f of -8. You'd put -8 in for x. And do you multiply or do you add first?
You multiply or add first. You, for example, you have to be able to multiply first.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so go ahead and work that out, please.
Yeah. -33.
It is 33. Okay, so let's try it for your numbers in your problem. -1 and 2, please.
Okay. Five.
It is 5. How about 2?
For 2 right here. Now, -7.
Okay, it's -7. Now, is it an open or a closed circle at each of those?
For -1, 5, that's gonna be a open circle, and for 2, 7, that's gonna be an open circle.
Okay, how do you decide if it's an open or closed circle? Like, how did you do it for the first one? Because you did that correctly.
Because for -1, 5, I remember that because that's for that. That's gonna be an open circle.
It's not just whatever you feel like, it's that there's rules that govern it. Like, why was at -6 it a closed circle?
Because it's not even because it's not even one line away. It's not even into the one line near to 0.
Okay, so you have no idea why when to use an open or closed circle. So let's talk about that. So use a closed circle when you have this symbol, you get a closed dot. Open is when you have this symbol or this symbol. Go ahead and get that down in your notes, please.
Okay. Okay, got it down.
Okay, let's go back to the first one because you did that correctly. -6, what symbol is next to it?
That's gonna be less than or equal to.
That's why it's a closed dot. So how about this -1? What symbol is next to it?
That's gonna be a closed one.
Okay, closed. How about at the other point? How about at 2?
Up. That's gonna be open.
Open circle. All right. For the last one, I need you to put in 2, 3, and 4 into the last piece, please.
Okay. All right, so for that right there. Okay, let me do this, Matthew.
Okay.
For y, that's for a -4 for 2. For 3, that's going to be a -5. For 4,
For which one?
5, -5.
For which x value?
And the 2 value, the 2 value.
It is not -5. Try again.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Okay, okay. And -4.
It is -4. Good,
And for 3, that's a -5.
good. Okay, how about for 4?
That's going to be -6.
It is not -6. Try again.
Okay. -4.
-4. Good.
Uh-huh.
All right, good job. So we're gonna do a quick sketch of this. Do you have graph paper?
Yeah.
Okay,
But first of all, let me
so,
write these down.
all right, get them down.
Okay. Okay, got it down. Now let's graph it.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Yep.
So, do you have your graph paper handy?
Yep, I have graph paper.
All right, go ahead. Let's, I'm gonna grab a snip of some graph paper and then we'll go ahead and graph this. See here, do I have room for all that? Yeah. Just making sure I got enough room. Okay. All right, so let's graph those points. So
Yep.
the first one is -6, -6. It's a closed circle. -1, -4 is an open circle. Now, what kind of a function is it between there?
Okay. So for that, so for that, we just have to be able to be graphing
It's a
and like,
square, it's a square root, which means that it's got a certain shape like this. Okay.
yeah.
All right. And then the next point is -1, 5, which is here. And then 2, -7, which is down here. And that's a straight line between them.
Yeah, okay.
Let me know when you get that graph.
Uh-huh. All right.
All right. The last piece there is 2, -4,
Yeah, I'm gonna
3,
get that done.
-5, 4, -4. And we actually need a couple of more pieces, which I'm going to graph here for you. 'Cause it's a quadratic. We didn't have enough time to get to that today, but that is everything.
Yep. Yeah, let me write it down. Okay. Okay. Got it down.
All right, that is going to do it for us for tonight, Sourish. Good
All
job, good
right.
participation today.